piece of act and a pineapple feather, I'm feeling like Fuse. The pigeons don't trust you, the Flacco don't trust you, the Pop gon' shoot. Mob, mob, mob. Hey, feeling like Future right after Sierra. Diamonds Leon, they come straight from Sierra. Feeling like Future right after Sierra. I checked out a princess and took a Sierra.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now rocking with your one and only esoteric guru. Watching esoteric TV. And here we are back with part 3 of Universal Laws. Doing numbers 21 through 30 today. I'm a little late with the situation. I should have been had these to y'all, but unfortunately, there's a lot going on in my world right now. Never overwhelmed by it. Never surprised. Just subject to going through emotions like every other human being. But however, that's neither here nor there. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, number 21. See, I brought the notepad out for y'all today. I'm everywhere with it. Anyway. Number 21 would be the law of threes. The law of threes. I'm a third. It's another one of my favorite laws. As you know, they say death come in threes. Or, you know, the third time's the charm. The reason being is because 3 is the first whole. It's not half, it's not 3/4. 3 is the first whole. So we know this to be true from shapes, geometry. You notice a triangle, 3-sided shape, is actually the most impenetrable shape / object that we have. It has a foundation, 2 sides. Also, 3 is body, mind, soul. 3 is the conscious, the subconscious, and the unconscious. 3 is the beginning, the middle, the end. When they say Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, when you have, you know, the father, the mother, the child, 3 is the neutralizer of 2. So we only had 2 sides to pick from. Either this or it's that. It's just chocolate, vanilla, it's just good or bad. 3 neutralizes both by creating a gray area, by mixing the 2. You got your coffee, you got your creamer. Put them together. Number 22, the law of affiliation. You know how people say, guilty by association. No, do not confuse association with affiliation, but it's just terminology. Associated with something and affiliated with something could intertwine. But however, I need all my trappers to understand this. The law of affiliation says that 2 or more units in which whom share a commonality. So if you have 2 people, say you have 2 people that's friends, 2 units sharing a commonality, then one can be used to influence or control the other. You understand? So, example, you got 2 people that's friends. I can use one friend to manipulate and control the other, done correctly. However, the control depends on commonality and connectiveness. So, whenever you're on somebody's team, y'all connected. Whenever you say, oh yeah, you know what side I'm on, obviously you picked one, so you're on a side. You understand? Now, the law of commitment. Number 23. Pardon me if I seem like I'm speeding through them today, because I got so much other stuff to do. But however, I'm already late in getting this stuff to y'all. But I digress. Law 23, the law of commitment. When a decision is made clearly with intent and obligation, then manifestation starts. And if that decision is aligned with purpose and the universe, so if you can connect that decision from your mind with your body and your soul, by not adding indecisiveness, it becomes a commitment and gains momentum. We all know people say men scared of commitment, things like that. We've all heard the saying and whatnot. So, with that being said, I got things I'm committed to, i.e. this hair. Every single day I gotta wake up, gotta get to it. I just gotta get to it. I'm committed. From good or bad, short, long, dry, no matter what, I gotta get to it. And I would love to nurture my relationships the same way. Make sure that you know they're nice and greased up, moisturized, don't let the conversation get dry. And make sure the spark's still there, it's shining and whatnot. Number 24, that's a good one. I was just talking to somebody about this. Number 24 is the law of dissonance. Law of dissonance / self-delusion. So I'll let that register before I dive into it. So yes, the law of dissonance / self-delusion. Mental discomfort is experienced when actions do not coincide with beliefs. Now, if you hold two conflicting beliefs, when incompatible, one must change. Meaning, you can't serve two masters. So, if my mind says, I don't think smoking is cool, and I shouldn't do it, and my body says, I think cigarettes be making me better, bro. I think they feel good. What now happens is, I experience mental discomfort every time I smoke. Because it's like, man, I shouldn't be doing this shit. Because my mind has already grabbed the belief that I shouldn't be smoking. Now, when incompatible, when that happens, one must change. Meaning, either A, my body has to agree with my mind and say, you know what, the mind is right. I think we shouldn't be smoking. Or, my brain has to say, nah, man, you know what, the body just might be right. Smoking relieves stress. We tripping. And you kind of shatter belief that way. Now, also, when it comes to this law of dissonance, as I said, you can't hold two conflicting beliefs. So I can't believe that it's okay to kill people as well as think it's not okay to kill people. It just don't make sense. You can't stand on, you know. We've all seen those people who really don't stand on anything. They just like, I'm over here today, I'm over here today, I'm over here today. It's because they're dissonant. They're self-deluded to the point that if you just go on with the flow, you'll never be the flow. See, when you are the flow, things happen as you want them to, as you want them to. And when you go with the flow, something outside of you is controlling your circumference. For me, perfect example. If I go jump in a damn ravine somewhere, a river, floating 40 miles per hour that way, Guess which way I'm going? That way. I don't even have to try. It just whoops. The current is going to take you where it wants you to go. This is why people drown. They couldn't fight against the current. They couldn't go against the flow. One thing I know is if everybody's flowing up, we're gonna call it Hollywood Lane right now. You know, where the celebrities be at, where stuff go on that everybody doesn't agree with. We'll just say that. And that can be anywhere, but we're gonna call it Hollywood Lane. If everybody on this earth was floating up Hollywood Lane, I'm gonna be floating back up Martin Luther King Drive somewhere because I don't like going with the flow. First off, I'm an earth sign. It's very hard to move earth. Like water, wind, fire, you can do it. I'm not saying it was impossible. We know everything is possible. It's just very hard to move earth, rocks, boulders. I'm still trying to figure out how they built the pyramids. But I know how. But anyway, I digress. There's laws that you guys need to be fed right now. And I'm actually getting into my zone. 25 universal laws. The 21st universal law would be law of experience. It's a short one. And we can touch base on it real quick. The law of experience says that new information removes old information. And what I mean by that is, if you find out that if somebody told you the sky was purple and you never knew what the color blue was, you pretty much would go around telling people like, "Yo, I just found out the sky was purple," and then you find out that you were wrong. And somebody will come with new information, shine a new light on your mentality, telling you that, oh no, this other person, they might have lied to you, or maybe they thought it was funny to tell you the sky was purple. Maybe they told you it was purple because it was supposed to blue. Like, there's a million reasons why they could have done it. But, however, they lied to you, and the sky is blue. It's going to actually have to take you having an argument with that person about why the sky isn't purple, because that's the original information that you gravitated towards, to where you have to have the argument and be disproven in order to understand that the sky is actually blue. Now, the reason that is because how the mental works on human beings. Once a viewpoint has been established, like once a vantage point, from this picture, your brain is like a building going up. Once you pick that you would look at life from the 3rd floor, you told yourself there's no reason to go to the roof. Until somebody comes and says, hey bro, you can see this, that, and the 3rd from the roof that you can't see from the 3rd floor. And then it's like, you like, oh my gosh, it's a whole new world. Yo, why nobody ever told me about this? They wanted to hide it from you. That's why. They didn't want you to stand in your power. They wanted you to not be experienced. That's why we have children today that are sheltered. So, you notice we never really have kids that are free. We just only have like sheltered kids and bad kids. Where's his mama at? She probably know he outside at 10 o'clock. It's okay. She also raised them to know what to do when they going through the motions. She raising them, not you. But however, number 26, the law of fearful confrontation. What you fear, you must encounter. And the only way that you can not encounter what you are fearing is to mentally face your fear. Actually put yourself in the scenario to feel what it would be like, or to put yourself in the situation where you could win over your fear. Let me example. Let's just say you got a bully keep picking on you every day. Instead of thinking like, man, I don't want to get picked on tomorrow and going this way and going that way and trying to avoid the bully, because the law of fearful confrontation will make you accountable for it. Everywhere you go, it's like you just always standing on a new street. He always got some new friend on this block, and he always see you come walking down. Like it's like you just can't get around him. If you start to think in your head, like, you know what? I know I don't want to do it, but the next time the bully, run down on me, I'm just gonna punch him right in his face as hard as I can. Like I don't even care if he's trying to be good to me today. I'm just gonna hit him. Remember, there's no right and wrong in this. You just confronting your fear. So, if you start to think that, scenarios will present themselves where it's like, I could have hit him today. Where he might pick on you, but he's not really picking on you. Just like, yo, what's up, man? I should pick on you today, but nah, my stomach hurt. And you might be in your head like, yo, my stomach hurt. I know how I feel when my stomach hurt. I could beat him today. Like, yeah, your brain will start mentally facing that fear, and you'll start seeing ways that you win in the scenario. On top of that, as the pendulum swings, if you're really, really scared of something, once you face your fear, you actually kind of pretty much fall in love with it. That's exactly why you're so scared. It's not that you're scared to fail, you're scared to succeed. But I digress once again. We're almost done with it, so. 27, the law of group consciousness. It's another simple law. It just simply states that it's a people, as a whole, as a people, we're geared more towards one way of thinking than another. So, I could be in the community of 100 positive thinking Buddhist monks, and that still won't take away from the fact that most people on the earth, whether they're looking at it positively or negatively, will say that, like, yeah, the world kind of fucked up. There's a war going on. Basically, it's just either the group collective is more on a negative or it's more on a positive. That's where we get our societal way of thinking. So, in the Western world, we more like hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shit. In the Eastern world, they're more geared towards religion and, the wearing of veils, things like that. And as well as the Asian community, they're more geared towards expression of spirituality and, exploring life. We're geared more towards just like guns and knives, mass shootings. They believe in like karate, martial arts. Like you see how it's like both of them is a fight, but there's a negative and a positive within that. Number 28, the law of personal return. Now, the law of personal return is nothing like karma, because karma can precede you and exceed you, depending on whom you've been during your lifetimes and how you feel about your decisions and what you may be guilty for. But the law of personal return simply states that every energy that I put out is coming back to me in the same exact way, if not tenfold. So, if I'm racist, I'm going to experience racism on a higher degree than, how can I say it? On a higher degree than the one I had previously envisioned. So, if I'm mentally like racist, I'll see situations where the people who I'm racist towards or mentally racist towards may see me as in, like, you ain't even worth being racist. Like, who are you? Like, what scrape you up out of here? Just do you dirty. Leave you stinking somewhere. Like, and I'll pretty much create a hell for myself because that's my personal return. So because I'm forwarding it, as in personally, I'm pushing out racism, it's gonna personally return back to me where I'm like, oh, he probably don't like white people. I'm just going, he probably don't like my shoes. He probably like, man, what the fuck are those? But I'm just like, yeah, Kevin doesn't like white people. You know, you kind of internalize and personalize, which is why it's called personal return. Because it's the return of you, so you can see yourself without exactly having a mirror. But you'd also have to have eyes for it. Number 29. Here we are. We're getting to the end, family. Number 29 is the law of activity. Activity overcomes anything. Meaning, if you shy, just start talking. Like, just start, break the ice. That's what they call it, ice, breaking the ice. Like, just say, hey, what's your name? Like, it could be something small. It don't even have to make sense, truthfully. It's just that feeling of not starting something that you gotta get over. So the law of activity, even when it comes to like our anxieties are pretty much just fears that you haven't faced. And you get anxious about a situation, or you're getting like pumped up. But when that happens, in order for you to calm down, you need to take action towards what it is that you're anxious about. Like some form of action. Like, all right, perfect example. I know every person who's been to public school has done this. First day of school, you got your school clothes laid out. You feel me? They all laid across the bed. You sleeping next to them. You thinking in your head like, yo, when I go to school tomorrow, I'm gonna be so fly. What you really don't understand is that you're nervous, and you thinking somebody might still make fun of my new clothes, or you feel me? Like somebody might still just remember last year when I wasn't that cool. But because you took the action to actually, because you put forth the effort to take action and lay your clothes out and make the necessary steps, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Your actions overcame your anxiety, in which it made it to where it was like, yo, I want to go to the school first day of school, yo, we back, I'm lit, I'm in here. Some people was like, man, it's the first day of school, I don't want to go back, like, because they haven't taken that action, or they might not have gone to school shopping. They might didn't get a pair of new shoes, like, so what they're feeling in their head is a different kind of dynamic. Number 30. It's the last one, guys. And we're going to wrap it up until next time. But however, number 30 is the law of denial. I wonder if my dictionary is in here somewhere. I should have my dictionary somewhere. Is this it? Yep. Now, I just want to find the word denial for nope, that is denied. But yes, let's find denial for the fans today. Well, don't mind me. I'm just actually looking at words that are not denial right now, but we all know what denial is. And yeah, that definitely just had denied and not the word I was looking for. But it's a different kind of dictionary. Anyway, back to the law of denial. Yes. Denial is when you strongly disbelieve the truth. And denial is the first step. Like rehab, AA, shit like that. Which is very true because it can be very, very, very hard to face the truth. It can be very, very, very hard to admit the truth. And as a species, we're not actively geared towards seeking truth. We're actually geared towards seeking shelter. Same way when it rains outside, we want umbrellas, it's just rain. You haven't seen the rain and kill anybody, but it's just rain. But it's just the fact we don't like getting wet. There's all these things that's, oh, my hair gonna get messed up and all. You don't see the animals complaining about any of that. We truthfully shouldn't be doing it either. But the law of denial states that the things that you deny will be placed in front of you for you to come to the realization and rationalize with your whole lifetime. Every single day, pretty much. Every night that you go to sleep is a night to accept the truth, what is, and not live a lie. To choose to be better and not bitter. Every single night. So the things that we are in denial about, we'll be heavily having bad experience with. Until you wake up. But that's your episode. And I guarantee the next one will have a whole totally different setup. Got a new house on the way, new apartments and cars and things. But till next time.